All right, both players have readied up. And they should be starting momentarily. There they are. Let's go. Very hype indeed, very hype indeed. This is going to be the first race. We have ASD on the left, the highest ELO earner so far. If the gameplay looks a little weird, it's don't sweat it, it's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, almost synced up at the start too, that is correct, but we're going to be using the timers to differentiate between the two. It's about a 1 second difference, so no big deal.
Well, this sucks.
So far, we're off to a pretty standard start, I would say. Not too much to say other than the fact that what's really going to be important here is damage stacks, and it looks like Daigon got pretty poor damage stacks, all things considered. Still stuck fighting Dracula. Took 1 hit of damage, which is going to hurt his strength early on, which is probably the biggest deal out of all of the prologue is the amount of strength that you have going out of it, so ASD starting off with it's kind of random, basically, whether you get the
1 minute in and my heart's about to blow up already.
The thing.
Nice.
You're still in here, right, Talik?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm just waiting to see what's gonna happen. What kind of weapon they have here?
Yeah. Interesting cloak color, crystal cloak, and it's a one-shot sword. Seems like it could have a
comfortable start then.
Yeah, pretty good hitbox, it seems like. So that should help mitigate, at least during before death.
Ooh, gem for ASD. Turquoise.
Yeah. 250 drop though
big deal.
For Daigon, and another 25, and another 50. Wow. So if there is a shop in the library, Daigon's very close to getting enough money for it. So seems like money doesn't seem to be too much of an issue. Yeah.
Indeed, Chris.
Yeah. ASD taking a quick look. I didn't even get to see everything. It was so fast.
I've started looking at the name. Wow, I'm getting double purple screen.
Yeah.
I started looking at the name when I see a sword this good at the start.
Ah. Yeah, they started with a meal ticket, which is unfortunate. I thought it was going to be a library card. But of course not. Obsidian sword. I'm checking the tracker. It is not a two-handed sword, so they won't have access to a dive kick quite yet. Neither with the Masamune. Both of those are two-handers, but none of them thrust swords. ASD off to a decent lead. I'm curious to see who's going to be checking their inventory first. ASD, summon Bloodthirsty Sword. Okay, they're both pretty mediocre. One's a Sword of Dawn, and the other one's the actual Muramasa.
26, kind of worth it, I suppose. You get range, you get one hit on the weaker enemies at the first part of the castle.
That is true, yes. So.
While you're opening your menu, might as well equip it. I want to talk about something, actually. While we are here and watching ASD, he's been doing something all tournament that I think makes him even more dangerous than he already is that because he gets such a big, he wins so consistently. Wow, that guy's also gonna check IQ check.
Wow.
But
okay.
SD's been doing tons of extra checks for items over everyone else, which like almost cements the lead that he already has.
Yeah, I was trying to theorize what's the best strategy around checking items in this version of the randomizer in particular. This version of the randomizer sends you to the second castle early quite often. You can end up in situations where you're fighting like all rocks early, so having damage to fight some of the more dangerous bosses is quite important. And of course, having a weapon for Dracula or Galamoth near the end of the game is important too. So item checks seem to be very important, but the other thing about Season 3 is that the item stats themselves are randomized. So just because you get an item, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be comfortable with it all the time. So I feel like item checks are even better in this version now than they have been in the past.
I don't think that's the case. In general, just because you have the same chance to even get an item in the first place, or for it to be... Honestly, there's an even better chance for the item to not be good. Yes, I do agree with that you're gonna probably need items more now than previously, but you still lose a lot of time for making all these item checks.
That is true, yeah.
said, ASD is so consistently ahead and has better routing consistently that making those extra item checks is either gonna give him an item that could win him the game, or it can give him money or something, or he's ahead anyway. So that's the thing that makes me most terrified about playing potentially as in the future in the tournament.
Yeah.
Is that, well, he's just gonna make more item checks than me anyway. So I either need to really capitalize on that, if I am Daigon, for example, now in this case. And even though ASD did make like 2 extra item checks, he's still a little bit ahead right now. They're neck to neck, but still.
Yeah, and a big difference at the start was the prologue sequence. ASD got very good damage stacks. Meanwhile, Daigon did not and had to do just some extra blade dashes and stuff to kill Dracula, as well as taking damage, which does reduce your strength value starting out, as well as your health value. The health value not as important for the most part. These players are definitely in a spot where seeing them die is quite rare, unless it's on purpose for Daigon and he has like a life apple in his pocket. But other than that, I'm not too worried about seeing these players just like accidentally die, unless there are situations where you can underestimate your defense value. If you have like a duplicator equip, or oh wow, Daigon summons the whole squad just to kill one Fleaman, and the Fleaman survives. That Fleaman is a legend. Wow.
Claymore is not a thrust sword.
Yeah, still no thrust swords, even with all the 2-handed drops. So
many drops, yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious to see the gemstone that ASD picked up to see if it's sellable or not. So, is he checking right now? Oh, he's checking it. Oh, it has good attack bonus though.
Ooh, also Funic down.
Oh,
okay.
Wow. That's actually a really important drop. So they're basically neck and neck as far as like they're in the same room, but ASD is going to have a huge advantage on attack over fighting Doppelganger and killing these Diplos and stuff like that.
He's copying my strats, getting a drop from a skeleton.
Yeah, just get lucky. Yeah,
Here's the thing, to just slightly extend on my thought about the items. What ASD is basically doing is, you know how we do creature split?
Mm-hmm.
The kind of, we lose a minute, but we make sure that we don't lose to some bullshit. That's kind of what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's doing extra item checks, which, yeah, loses him a little bit of time, but over, like, the run of the whole tournament is probably gonna secure his lead.
That is fair, yeah.
Scary.
That is fair. I would say that if you're confident in your execution, ooh, highly valuable. That Kingstone was on Daigon's screen.
Diamond.
So yeah, if you're confident in your execution, oh, that's a one-shot too. Wow. Yeah, if you're confident in your execution, I feel like going for item checks is pretty powerful. I'm usually of the opinion that you want to stop going for item checks as soon as you're in a position where you're confident killing Dracula, basically, like with a 1 cycle, because that's enough DPS to handle basically everything in the game.
For example, if you get an Osifune Katana.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
This Osifune, it looks like it's max attack. I don't know if it's going to change if he gets the proper stats to like wield it effectively, but it was at 48, which 48 damage per hit versus Dracula. Oh, I guess
you would use the special. So.
That is true. The special does retain its vanilla damage damage stats.
What a way to start off the bracket. Jewel of Open first.
An early Jewel of Open seed. We've seen these a lot. They have the potential to be the worst thing ever. The worst thing ever conceived. But we'll see.
Did Daigon get? Daigon just went back down. He's doing old school.
No Panda. Don't waste channel.
This
this
route, this route isn't bad. I've always been conflicted over what to do with an early Jewel of Open. However, I do think it's almost always better to open this because this is like a 20-second detour that ASD is doing to guarantee that if he has to go and get the next relic at Merman statue, the vanilla Merman statue area, that you're not locked into doing all of Alchemy Lab again before going back to like any other area in the game. So opening this teleporter and the shortcut is, I think, the right play, but never mind. Soul of Bat. Just kidding.
Here's why I think what Daigon is doing is the perfect play in this situation, because you're gonna go up later after checking all the library, and then you're gonna be better equipped to decide if you want to open that shortcut.
That is fair.
Because you'll know what
Thanks
relics
for
you have,
done.
and you'll know if there are library cards
But
that are cheap.
it's a dang thing to
Because
do.
if you have library card, you don't want to spend those 20 seconds opening that, because you can just go back here and meet it.
That is fair. Yep. And with a diamond in your inventory, you're not worried about it. Life apples, library
there you
card
go,
for
library
200. You can buy like 10 if you really wanted to and not feel bad about it. Let's see. Powerful Sword of Flame. Oh, dices enemies. I saw that. I didn't see the attack value on it though. So that's a chrysogram.
I mean,
Looking at the shields. Yeah, buy a cheap one. Why not? Anything else important in the shop? No, not really.
duplicator for vanilla, right?
Yeah, well.
You should get that chrysogram, doesn't matter what it is, honestly.
Yeah. Chrysogram.
Oh, he's not yet. Countless blades. Come on. Dragon, countless blades. Alucard sword.
I don't think he's reading the description. I think he's
He
just
doesn't
looking
like
at
it.
the stats. I think he's literally just looking at the stats, which is not the best.
Oh, Daigon, come on.
We'll see. It depends on his DPS
that's
from
big oof.
here. He's spending a lot of time in the...
What is he doing?
I would get a strength potion at least.
Sure, more library cards. That's fair.
Those didn't seem to increase his damage output too much. Night Shield and then Powerful Sword of Flame. So he's going... I don't super agree with this as far as like a damage output, because flame swords and like elemental swords in general are good, don't get me wrong, but they have their downside, right? Where this has an amazing hitbox and amazing damage potential. The issue comes when you have to fight something like Cerberus or fight Dracula even. Dracula has like a huge resistance versus every elemental except for lightning apparently, which is
And
weird.
holy.
Oh, he also doesn't resist holy, but still. So fire and ice, he resists.
I'm pretty sure he also resists lightning too.
No, one of them he doesn't resist. It might actually be...
Really?
No, it's ice. Ice is the one he doesn't resist, but he resists fire and lightning. It's like a bug
Okay, that makes
or
sense.
an oversight of some sort. I don't know. It's really weird. Except for ice. Yep, that's what it is. How do you feel
Yeah,
about
I see.
refilling MP here?
I like it because I like spending lots of mana.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, in this kind of situation, you're never going to be in a good spot to have your first save at a save split. So
Yeah.
it's kind of whatever.
That is
Usually, we like to have the first save be at a save split. That's the most efficient usage of it. But since they have bat and they want to wing smash around,
Yeah, you got
and they
to
would
refill.
either
Yeah.
refill here or before fire of bat, might as well do it now and use more wing smash.
Hey, there's the fairy card.
Yeah, wow. Wow.
That's like best case scenario for Daigon. Daigon
Galaxy.
does love using the fairy familiar, just to like ensure you don't die using life apples. Life apples are also great because it fully refills your HP, cures you of any status ailments, as well as refills your MP to full. So it can be worth taking in an intentional death a lot of the time if you have a
as
fairy
long
equip.
as
Another life apple.
like Dagon avoided the biggest problem with that strategy.
Yeah, the biggest
which
problem is finding
checking.
possibly
If you check
6.
5 cards, then
Yeah.
it's definitely not worth it.
Yeah, the maximum number is like 6 relics to have to find before finding either the fairy or the sprite familiar, but getting it right off the bat is pretty good.
There actually was a life apple right there. Did he get it?
Yeah, he got the so he has 3 total, I think, right now. Which I mean,
Oh, wow.
I would even take the
That's the
intentional
max
death
one,
right
right?
here.
There is something
Isn't that all of them that are in the game? 3 life apples?
Oh, he bought 2 in the library. Yeah, if I was
Oh,
Daigon,
okay.
I would take the intentional death. Why not? Unless he's trying to save it for something else. I don't know.
Battle card for ASD.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's funny. Yeah. I mean, they're taking the same route here, and funnily enough, the advantage that Daigon had is now kind of nullified, I feel like. Overall, he's only on maybe like 10 seconds ahead when he was in the library.
It's in
Like
this chrysogram.
30 seconds ahead.
It is pretty low damage, but that will change in
Yeah.
like 5 minutes when AC gets the strength.
Yeah, do you want to explain the strength requirements a little bit better? Because it is kind of complicated, but also not that complicated at the same time.
Basically, weapons in this game have sort of a strength requirement. If you can equal or exceed their plus attack bonus with your total strength, you will get all of it. If you can't, you'll get only half of it.
Yeah, so for example...
there's a scaling for late in the game.
Yeah, so for example, if a weapon has the attack value of 10, your strength needs to be at least 10. Otherwise, the actual attack value that you get from equipping that weapon is only 5. It's half as much.
Yep.
So long story short, the more strength you have, the more likely it is that you're going to be doing more damage with specific weapons at specific strength values. Yeah, it's one of those, like, I wouldn't say hidden mechanics, but it's one of those things that isn't really noticed for
Pretty
very
hidden.
long. Yeah, I would say
We
it's...
didn't know of it.
Yeah, I was going to say we didn't...
recently, so.
Yeah, we didn't realize it until, like, halfway through, like, season 1 of the randomizer, and even then.
Wasn't it last year that Razio brought it up? So it would be season 2?
It must have been season 2 then, yeah. Because I remember one of my biggest complaints about the elemental swords is, like, I felt that they were trash. Specifically because if I started with one in randomizer, it took 3 hits to kill a warg. So I extrapolated, like, oh, these must be trash weapons. But it's just the fact that if you don't have enough strength to wield them properly, they do very little damage. Otherwise, they do okay, like, above average-ish, about average-ish damage, so... Yeah.
It's not a factor that contributes to the Vorpal and Yasutsuno feeling bad.
Yeah.
It's because I think Yasutsuno is the weapon in the game that has the most, like, a plus attack or something like that. And
Yeah, so it's very
scales
rare.
really late in the game.
Yeah, it's very rare that you have the proper strength value to wield the Yatsutsuna properly. So, yeah, I'm not sure exactly what ASD is. Well, he's spending less time in the menus, but I guess general movement must be... Oh, a library card from here?
Interesting.
After opening the warp? Oh, it's because he never grabbed Jewel of Open. Oh, shit.
Oh, did he just forget?
He may have, or this was his strategy all along.
And he's gonna go down.
Yeah, and then he's gonna go to the caverns after this. This
I
could
mean,
be
even
pretty
if
good.
this wasn't intentional,
This is
I
still a
think
good
going
route.
down
Yeah.
is the way to go.
Yeah.
now.
Holy glasses, I mean, that's good to have, obviously, because you need them eventually, but they're not immediately applicable for ASD. So ASD finds the holy glasses, and with 0
And a spell
Vlad relic,
shield.
yeah.
We should actually mention that there has been a slight patch to the randomizer since yesterday. All the shield spells have been fixed to work in their vanilla iteration.
Yeah, there was just some bugs involving the way that shields interacted with the randomizer, so for now they're just reverted to their vanilla forms to avoid those bugs. I don't know if they'll ever get fixed fully, but from the way that Mouse made it sound, it seemed like it might not be something that can just be fixed, so...
At least for now, there is no desirable
outcome here.
compromise.
Damn, not even one-shotting the bloody zombies with this Chrysaor. That's actually kind of sad. That's pretty weak.
The thing is, since it triple hits automatically, that's why it's so good.
Yeah, that is true.
Even if it doesn't have a good attack value.
Not just the spells.
Bagan who needs to jump attack or something.
That is true. To answer Black Fox question in chat, not just the spells, right? Shield attack damage hitboxes too. Yes, all of the... Basically, if you pick up a shield in this game, it should act as its normal vanilla version compared to like every other item in the game that has its random variations. So
Everything, basically a shield right now works based on its... When it comes to the shield rod, works based on its sprite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sprites are still randomized in description, so the thing to look out for is the sprite in the case of the shield rod spell.
Yeah.
Not the description.
Yep. Basically.
SD stream is not having graphics issues on my end.
Yeah, no. If it looks weird on my stream, it's because I'm using a chroma key on a specific color value, and it's a pretty rare color value, but it is showing up. And on top of that, it's going to look worse because of having to encode a stream. so it's not and having like color bleeding and stuff like that. So
Oh, I see it.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
not that big of a deal.
I'm gonna think about some other solutions. Yeah, that is a little weird.
Yeah. Again, this is our first stream using this method of streaming, so. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. That's perfectly fine. I don't mind answering stuff from the chat while we're getting into this race. But next,
Ask Aziz if there's like a way to apply it only to a region. That would be the easiest way.
Yeah, that would definitely be the easiest way. And nothing at Succubus on Digon's screen, and we're seeing Tooth of Vlad, the first Vlad relic picked up for ASD. ASD also found Gravity Boots in Alchemy Lab, and I think that's it. So far, Alchemy Lab seemed to be the correct play.
Let's see what Digon finds down here, because that may determine a lot. Where was Tooth? Was it at Gravity Boots?
Tooth was at Gravity Boots. That is correct. Yes. And then Cube of Zoe. Thank you guys so much for the subs during this race. Much appreciated. I guess this is a good time to obligatorily shout out. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe. My most recent up-to-date numbers for the subscribe percentage is 55% of the people that watch the videos are subscribed. So still not close to 69 yet. That's the next goal, obviously. Did we see what was it? Okay, we're about to see what is in the Coliseum here. And it is Vanilla Mist. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. So far...
He will probably be able to... he definitely has a potion or something. So he'll be able to also check Silver Ring. What?
Wow.
Wow, ST is doing so many item checks. That's ridiculous.
He might be taking the... He might be uncomfortable. Yeah, he might be taking his strategy kind of to an extreme. Uncomfortable with the use of Chrysogrim right now. But, I mean, it's still, like, shredded through these bosses at least. And they have a decent amount of HP, to be honest. So.
I definitely think he's comfortable. He's just...
Yeah.
He just wants to destroy everyone.
Yeah.
I think that's how he's doing it.
I mean, to be fair, it seems like his route is the better of the routes so far.
Does items do...
Oh, he's doing the blood cloak check. That's
wow.
He's greedy.
Oh, this is
dude looking like
almost.
Looking like dogwood out here.
Definitely can now decide the outcome of a race quite a bit.
Yeah, I feel like if you have library cards though
But
in the
if none of
shop,
these pay off, that's obviously a straight up time loss.
Yeah. Sheesh. Yeah, indeed, sheesh. You may or may not have heard the joke, but I was saying ASD looks like dogwood out here.
Oh, don't get hammered though.
Oops, I accidentally muted myself. Talk didn't hear me that whole time.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I need to change my mute hotkey. The joke that I was trying to get you to react to is I said that ASD is looking like dogwood out here with all these item checks.
Oh. We'll see if he checks reverse attic, then...
Reverse attic...
Collusion.
I only recommend checking reverse attic if you're doing an early second castle like seed. Like imagine there's no Jewel of Open and Jewel of Open is somewhere in the second castle. Maulblung, interesting. Maulblung in name, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it is the Maulblung sword. So
the thing is, when you go, I don't know about reverse attic, because when you go early to the second castle, you usually have bad movement options, so the check would be so slow and annoying to do.
Yeah. Okay, Leapstone. I don't see
myself doing it with like, ooh, okay.
I'm curious if Digon's going to opt to skip Granfaloon since he doesn't have the means to check Spikebreaker yet.
He does, he has bat.
Oh, I'm stupid. Never
and
mind.
Echo.
And Echo, yeah. Oh, Holy Sword and a potential Alucard shield. You know what? Why not? Something about seeing the Dragon Helm sprite makes me want to pick it up, even though I know it doesn't necessarily mean that it's the Dragon Helm. It's just so cool looking that I want to pick it up.
It reminds you, hey, this could be Dragon Helm.
Yeah, that's true. That's basically all it does.
It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, lowering the enemy defense is just a straight buff to all of your damage overall, except for magic damage, if I'm remembering correctly. Or no, it does affect magic damage too. I'm pretty sure.
It always affects it. Yeah. It's just always great.
Yeah, the exact way.
Dagon though did not get the Moblin drop.
Yeah.
So.
Not checking that sword under there. Crazy.
The thing is, SD isn't finding much of value yet.
Yeah, no, nothing too crazy. Dagon seems to be doing relatively okay on DPS. He's using
mixing us up.
Yeah.
Going right then left.
Interesting. Merman statue. Ooh, that actually could be big, depending. What? Dagon is switching weapons like every 3 seconds. He was using the nunchaku a second ago, and now he has some sort of Morn Blade. That's crazy. And it does dark damage? No, holy damage.
Holy, maybe.
Oh, it is holy. Yeah, because it flashed yellow for a second. That's holy damage. That's probably the best attribute. Yeah, it's holy damage. It's flashing both green and yellow. Yep. So basically the best attribute to have in any sort of elemental sword, in my opinion, since, I mean, like, for example, Akmadon is weak to holy. We have Beelzebub weak to holy. So great to have, great to have. Let's see what ASD finds. A familiar card.
Okay, so this is pretty big. This means that Dagon chose correctly, or ended up going to the correct place.
Yes.
Let's see what's at holy.
Unless the Merman statue is important, because Dagon didn't have access to the Merman statue and ASD did. Or you just need to go to the second castle. It's possible that this seed is just a giant long bait where actually there's just 4 Vlad relics in the second castle. It's also possible.
Did ASD? Yeah, he definitely bought library cards.
Yeah, for sure. That's how he got back here.
Hoping he has enough to also make this fast.
Yeah, I respect
they
using
right now.
Yeah, ASD with a slight lead, but also hasn't checked caverns. Ooh, another Vlad relic. Okay, nice.
Interesting.
Yeah, I respect.
Very curious what this is gonna be.
I respect Dagon's choice of just using the bat and echo and not messing with blind bat with, you know, the low amount of Oh, you have library cards, Dagon. Why not just use it from there? He's resetting. He might have forgot. It's possible that he just had in his head, like, okay, I did the save split, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
He has 1 save, so no double splitting action.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing SD is going down towards the caverns now, so we'll see what's at the holy symbol. Was Dagon able to do Succubus, actually?
Yes.
This looks like he forgot. He may be nervous. Who's he though? Dagon is the kind of player where he plays...
Going?
What? Entrance? What?
Oh, did he not do Merman statue? Oh, we didn't even realize. He skipped Merman statue and castle entrance. Wow. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense now that he's doing this route. This is a lot of backtracking. Actually, it's not that much backtracking now that I think about it. You're only backtracking through the vertical shaft room, the 2 vertical shafts. Yeah, if he had gravity boots, it would be a little bit better. Because he's basically no longer backtracking at this point once he gets to the waterfall. So that's just one way that I try and justify certain routes, as long as I'm making meaningful progress forward into areas that I haven't been to yet. Ooh, Moonstone. One of the nice little quirks about Moonstone, unless this has been changed recently, I don't know if it's like a bug or not, but we're starting to learn that some of the weird quirks about these item randomizations might or might not be bugs. We're not sure yet, but one of the neat little quirks about Moonstone is that it always has the attribute of Moonstone, which is like +5 in every stat, basically. If I'm remembering correctly. So it's always a good pickup if you see something with Moonstone. It also has the potential to be incredibly good if it's Moonstone plus, on top of that, the attributes of a different equipment item. So, for example, you could have a Varda that also is a Moonstone. So it's like +35 to every stat.
I think it's only the Varda that is actually slapped on other things instead of following its description, which is probably a bug.
Yeah,
Because
possibly.
the Varda description doesn't do anything.
Yeah. That is true. That is true.
So, in fact, knowing what we now know, that's almost definitely a bug.
Yeah. So from here, if you're Daigon, right? Assuming you remember you have library cards, I'm just going to assume Daigon knows that he has library cards. Do you library card from here? No.
I mean, he hasn't done entrance stuff. Or Alchemy Lab. And all
Oh, so he's doing like a weird clockwise route, but starting from caverns, almost.
that. Yeah.
Okay. That's actually not the worst idea. Yeah, this actually is a pretty decent route as far as just like efficiency goes, because by the time he gets to, at least it works out in this case, because by the time he gets to All Rocks, he'll have Mist, and then he'll do Silver Ring check, and then he'll warp to Library, then do the Bat check, and then just go to the second castle, because he'll finish everything in the first castle at that point. So
It doesn't feel bad to do something like this, but I feel like usually the time save benefits the person that used more library cards instead.
yeah, my main issue with library cards is they're like, yes, they are a time save, but they're also a time loss as well, because you have to equip the, oh no, Zircon.
Oh,
Never
let's see
mind.
the save split.
This
Is he gonna do it from here? It's kind of weird from here.
I don't know if. I think if you
Is there
are,
any other reason to go through the clock room?
I don't think so. No. Yeah, I think.
Because if not, I would do the save split.
Yeah, I think this is the most efficient way to check Holy Glasses if you have to from ASD. Because as we can see on ASD's screen, he just picked up the gold ring on top of the silver ring he already had, which gives you access to the Holy Glasses check. And if Holy Glasses is a Vlad relic, that's the only thing it can be for it to be important at this point. Because I think they have access to basically everything else. Yeah, everything else. So
Because SD has gravity boots is also another reason why he might choose to do a split here.
yeah, it's pretty quick to just get up there with gravity boots overall. So
This might benefit Daigon overall, because he might just choose to ignore
Merman statue. Yeah, that's true. Actually, knowing Daigon, there's a good chance he ignores it. And from a density, like relic density standpoint, by the time you grab Merman statue in, where was it? Alrock's quarters, I think it was. You're not gonna go back just to do one check unless you have like a massive save split in mind. But even then.
SD does not actually opt to do a save split for this though. So we will not know for now.
Yeah, we're not going to know for a while if if Holy Glasses are anything important. I wonder if he just doesn't want to think about it. He has the Alrock's warp, that is true.
Might do it on the way to second castle.
Yeah, the Alrock's warp isn't like foolproof by any means, but yeah. 33 minutes, almost 34 minutes in, and Daigon finally finds his first Vlad relic. Meanwhile, we know there's at least 2 in the first castle.
If I were SD, I would not go to entrance from here.
He already did entrance.
Oh, did he? Oh, did he do entrance and Alchemy Lab already?
Yep, ASD has done entrance and Alchemy Lab. Yep, he was the first to do it. Daigon has to wait at the statue. The clock room being an absolute. This is just one of those things that you don't really think about when you're doing your route, but can end up losing you nearly a minute, depending on when and how you enter this area. So I think the best way to handle the clock room is to do gravity boots by the time you need to go to Alrox's quarters, so you at least minimize the amount of time loss. Because you could force the statue to stay open if it is open by the time you get there. So, overall. Daigon doing the best with the situation that he had. I didn't even realize that you could shield the Donkey Kong throwing the barrel. ASD just did it, and wow. I guess that makes sense, but I've never seen that interaction before. Or maybe I have and just...
hit you if it, like...
Yeah, passes
does a weird arc.
Yeah, that makes sense. Wow. Crazy. Yeah, waiting for the statue to move is just one of those things that is unfortunate. One of the more unfortunate aspects of the randomizer.
So, do we know all the relics at this point in the first castle except
for holy glasses? Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we know there's at least 2 Vlad relics in the first castle. There being 3 in the second castle isn't, like, unheard of by any means, but...
It's slightly less likely than it being 2.
At this rate, it looks like ASD's route might be more efficient overall.
Yeah, it should be.
Because he's only got 2 checks left, and they're both relatively quick from this point. Meanwhile, Daigon has to do all of Alrox's quarters after this, as well as Silver Ring and the Bat check as well. Curious to see how he decides
to... Bat. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he still has to check Bat. The only thing that will slow ASD down is if he decides to check Holy Glasses before going to the second castle, which I guess you could do with a save split. Like, you could go to Castle Keep, save, and then use the teleporter to go to Alrox's quarters or something.
I mean, he has library card, so he might just go there and library card out.
Yeah.
That's probably better. Because where would your save split be? Probably in library.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you're saying library card from here, save in the library, and then...
No.
No?
I mean, just go to Holy Glasses and library card out. Because your save split would be in the library anyway. No matter what. So it's better to just library card out instead.
Yeah. I was thinking library card, then go to Castle Keep, because it's the next teleport in the sequence, and then save there, but that's probably pretty slow.
I mean, since you're going to the library, it's always going to be the next one.
Yeah.
A bit unfortunate with the item drops for Daigon. He has that Alucard shield. I don't know if SD picked it up, but Daigon won't be able to check it. Are you muted again?
No, I'm just replying to somebody in chat.
Oh, okay, sorry.
That's fine. Yeah, somebody's saying, did Daigon forget he has Gaudy boots? That honestly happens more than you might think.
Oh yeah.
That you just pick up a relic.
Randall?
Yeah, you pick up a relic and you just don't even realize that you have it because you're too busy thinking about the route you're going to be taking, what item checks you want to do along the way, stuff like that.
Or does he like condition you into doing one type of movement for
a while? Yeah,
a long time, and you're just used to it.
Yeah. Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact of the auto tracker existing, there's a good chance that like many players would just be skipping checks just from sheer forgetfulness.
Yeah, that's why I made it, because I just can't remember this, and it didn't help. Yeah, it helps with the locations, but relics, I still, even though it's in my eyes, I still forget. Oh yeah, for sure. The worst offender is definitely remembering how many Vlad relics you picked up, because it's not like a thing that you keep in track in your head, the exact amount, but that's probably the most important relic to keep track of, especially late game, you know? Yeah, definitely. Merman statue. So Gaigan's gonna find the merman here, unfortunately for him. Have a reaction? He hasn't said anything. Has a mic on. I think he might have muted himself, but I am listening in, but he hasn't said anything. Basically the entire seed. I'm curious to see if that is bait for him. The thing is, if he skips Merman statue, he's also going to be skipping
Holy Glasses, because that is where the gold ring is. So, and if there's nothing at Holy Glasses, that means just overall is going to help him in the long run.
If he just goes next bat and goes second castle immediately.
Do you get invincibility from dying with the life apple? I wonder.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so you could use the life apple as your means of checking.
Library card? Okay.
Yeah, he's checking. Yeah, he's checking his map, seeing what he's missed. It says that he didn't check Spike Breaker.
Probably doesn't like what he sees.
Yeah, well. Did Daigon get an MP refill glitch? I wasn't looking.
He is safe splitting, actually.
Yeah, this is the safe split I was talking about, where you go up to Castle Keep and then you teleport to check Holy Glasses. I don't know if it's necessary. I think it's better if there's nothing there, obviously, because then you just teleport back and then you just move on your way to the second castle. And you're kind of hedging your bets here that there's likely going to be nothing important here. And it's the next teleport in the teleporter sequence, so you're not wasting time doing extra teleports. The only time lost is like going through the CD rooms, going through the save animation, stuff like that. So I think overall it's like a 30-ish second, maybe even more, maybe 40 seconds at worst, save split.
I guess the thing you're saving is the trip from the librarian to the end of the library.
Yeah, and the library card animation as well. Which the library card animation alone is like, what, 10 seconds? It's a long animation.
Yeah.
So
it's shorter than a save, but yeah, it could be better overall in that case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if
this
Daigon
might be the crucial thing in this seed.
Yeah, if Daigon opts to go to the second castle right here, then Daigon has a small lead, but then from there it's going to come down to DPS and movement in the second castle. But if this is the last, or one of the last Vlad relics for ASD here, then that could change the seed, like tear it wide open. There's a lot of potential relics that it could be, though, down here, and the odds of it being a Vlad relic is honestly quite low. But ASD, if you're in ASD's head, you're thinking, I'm checking this so I don't lose to not checking this, basically. Yeah. It's a similar idea of doing the
there's no way around it.
Yeah. Let's see what it is. Oh, it's Wolf. Big save split.
Uh-oh.
This is going to leave them basically neck and neck, actually. Hold on.
Yeah.
Depending on how quickly ASD is able to load in. All of this bullshit. Yeah, all this bullshit between the different routes. Yeah, Daigon, you're only missing out on quote-unquote one relic check. So, from a pure density standpoint, it's probably best to skip it. Because it's not like you're missing out on like a merman statue, or I guess at worst you're missing out on like a gold ring like we just saw, but I don't know. Oh man, they're so close. Oh man, how did this happen? It's been 42 minutes and they're basically in the same room. ASD with
that Persogram's a big deal though.
Yeah.
It's already saving time.
Dude, they're basically in this fucking tide. This is stupid. Wow.
Nice.
I mean, the Holy
is actually a little bit ahead on my screen, so they're exactly even.
Yeah, just about. If you account for the timer discrepancies, because ASD's is like maybe a full second ahead. Flash at 9. Flash at 9.
Same on my screen.
Yep. Wow. It's going to be a close one. It's going to come down to execution, boss fights, movement, who has more MP. So, we'll see. Oh, that life max up is going to slow him down, and a bonk. It's really going to come down to execution here. Yeah, no save. I don't know how I feel about skipping the save for MP if you're Daigon, but these Chrysograms are starting to shred a little bit. I think he's dual wielding them at this point.
Got the
strength attack bonus or whatever.
Yeah.
Strength requirement. There it is. Daigon's not necessarily.
It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad damage, but
if it comes down to something like Galamoth, that's going to be a huge difference maker because ASD is just going to have better DPS for Galamoth. Oh, not picking up Power of Mist. I mean, I love Power of Mist. I think Power of Mist is one of the best auxiliary, like supplementary relics to have. It just helps you with movement. Your mist bats are always going to be like free of extra mana use, which helps a lot.
Slash the tombstones. Come on. It does 1 damage to them.
Yeah, tombstones, what they have like max damage resist or something like that. They're incredibly tanky. Yep. Oh no, it's coming down to movement and damage. Just like I said, ASD already a full boss fight ahead. Oh, and that's a Vlad relic. The Vanilla Heart of Vlad coming out for ASD. Damn.
Here's something, actually. Daigon sometimes just skips Beelzebub, which is like 2 minutes.
That is true. It's a very lengthy relic. Beelzebub is one of those relic checks that is just like... You have to do it, but you also don't want to do it a lot of the time. Oh man, the chroma key is very powerful for ASD. We're gonna have to figure out a different solution. Holy crap, the entirety of the inverted Alrox quarters is getting chroma keyed out. All right, let's just turn it off for now. That's fine. It's not that big of a difference, to be honest. Yeah, rough Medusa fight for Daigon, that's for sure.
I thought he was doing holy damage. That's...
It is holy damage, but I don't think Medusa is weak to holy.
No, she isn't, but
Yeah.
she doesn't resist it either.
Yeah. She's pretty tanky out of the bosses in this game. She's always one of the boss fights that ends up taking minimum, like even with Alucard Shield, it ends up being quite a decent amount of time comparatively. I mean, it's no Galamoth levels of HP, but still. Yeah, I think Daigon overall is just like, as far as like MP efficiency, is not the best. Like, look at that. ASD enters the save room with literally 0 MP left and was moving pretty fast the entire time. So that's one of those.
Daigon has a bad mana roll.
Yeah,
as well.
I think that's also the case as well. It might be a difference in leveling. That would be interesting to see if like fighting certain bosses early to get more levels is like a strategy in the long run. Oh my god, Daigon just dive kicked right into his arms. That was so funny.
Yeah, I was just a lot of armor.
Yeah, he's fine.
It definitely would be a thing.
That's
but
funny.
Rarely something we can really control.
That is true, yeah.
I mean, that'll be one of the biggest benefits to going early to second castle. All right, let's see what's going on with Trio. This actually has lower HP than Daigon. That's funny. I actually like going classic side when I have a Chrysogram or a Vorpal, because that way Grant doesn't get on the ceiling. Are you muted?
No, sorry, I just have to take care of something. Alright, we're good.
But yeah, oh wow. You took a lot of damage there, 100 damage. But yeah, when you go from the left side, oh, that's not a Vlad.
Oof.
One left.
Wow, this could be big.
And you know, despite all this, it's still gonna be close.
Yeah, I mean, it's ASD definitely has a lead, and it's widening right now, but we're getting to the point where it could come down to routing decisions. Daigon is definitely one that I think is willing to take risks, is willing to do.
He doesn't refill? Why?
Before fighting. Ooh, I don't.
He has a Chrysogram.
He has a Chrysogram, but the issue is like dealing enough damage to kill Beelzebub here he might not have enough MP to do Wing Smash strats. He might not have enough MP to do.
He won't Wing Smash. He'll just Guardy Boot him.
Yeah.
And Chrysogram.
Yeah, you got to be careful to dodge the flies, because this strategy can get a little dicey depending on how many flies show up. Okay, never mind. Oh, and a mana refill! Come on, ASD. You got a mana refill for that?
If you don't kill his body parts, he only spawns 2 flies at a time, so... Daigon's getting juggled a little bit by the trio.
Yeah, I mean, you're not really scared of Grant. You're mostly scared of Trevor here. Sypha, as long as she's out of your way, isn't too much of an issue. And then Grant should die in like 2 swings. He's so weak.
So, unfortunately, even if Daigon skips Beelzebub, AC might still be ahead of him.
Yeah. It's getting to that point. This is all coming down to the fact that Daigon didn't want to buy the Chrysogrim. Honestly.
I don't know. He went over it like 3 times.
Yeah. My guess is he didn't read the description or thought the damage wasn't worth it without realizing the strength efficiencies thing. So.
But he must. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess. Oh, he is also gonna go for Beelzebub. Well, I'm betting that SD is doing creature too. Does SD have mana prisms?
No.
Maybe?
No, he does
But he probably
not.
has enough mana.
Yeah.
On his judgment. Yeah, he definitely
He's gonna have
has
to do 1 or 2 dive kick into bats
That's
here.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I have mana, I skip the split and just go there.
Oh, for sure. It's definitely worth it because the amount of time it takes just to make this save is like an extra 30 seconds, and then the reset is another 30 seconds. So,
Yeah.
I think if you have enough MP, you end up going even, and you get to keep any items you find along the way, and there's no, the downside is if you, do the save split and then fight creature, and then it is the relic you need, that save split time is just all wasted, so.
That was close.
That can actually kill Beelzebub really fast. Because he had dark armor.
Oh, I didn't
And
even
he
realize
does holy
that.
damage.
Nice. Yeah, those were the 2 bosses. It was supposed to be supposed to be Beelzebub and Akmadon were the 2 bosses where Daigon was supposed to save time due to his weapon choice, but yeah, from here. If Daigon opts to skip creature, which is possible. I mean, when you only have 1 Vlad Relic left, you're dealing with an instance of 1 check all the way at creature versus the 5 going up to caverns, right? You have 1, 2,
4.
3, 4. Okay, 4. So it's a 20% chance at that point that creature is the correct Vlad Relic. And because we now see that ASD found nothing at creature, it's actually a 0% chance, but Daigon doesn't know that yet. I mean, I expected the race to be close, but the fact that it's this close is pretty crazy. And I'm thinking about it, and Daigon's route in my head was pretty good. I think the main issue was the backtracking through Alchemy Lab, the way he went about it was a little less
Way too long.
efficient. Yeah, it was a little less efficient, but
Yeah, because you don't have infinite mana. Let's see what happens here.
yeah, Daigon could opt to skip creature right here and right now.
You can do the reverse split. That honestly to me makes no sense, but they'll be good in this situation.
One of the things I like to do... Yep. He's skipping creature. I don't know if he knows he's
Good
behind
thrust.
or if he... Oh, he's low on MP. You're going to have to land on this... Yeah, land right there and wait. The thing is he has the fairy and he has life apples, but he hasn't attempted to take advantage of that yet. Oh! You have barely enough. Yeah. No, don't gravity jump! You had enough to use the bat and fly around. Damn.
Really? I thought he would have enough.
It was
No,
close.
really, he
but
just messed up.
I would have just done the bat movement from here.
Oh, this is so. Didn't
Yeah.
he refill at the bottom? I
Oh,
think he did.
he
I thought
didn't.
He wasted that much mana.
No, he skipped it. He skipped the refill at the bottom. And now he's safe splitting here.
What
Damn.
a roller coaster.
Yeah, I mean, Daigon's keeping it as close as he possibly can. It's also going to
What
come
is
down
SD
to...
doing?
Oh, I
He
have
wants to
always
stone
looking...
him first. At this point, it's slower.
Oh, he's using that for maximum damage per hit. That makes sense.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the way he went through the menu was a little slow, but the Chrysogrim itself, it's only... Since Doppelganger has iframes, it's going to be a slower fight than just doing the most amount of damage per hit as possible, so...
Ideally, yeah.
Yeah.
You see, he's main so much right now.
Oh, there it is.
That's the
Wow.
one.
I
Did Daigon
mean,
do upper first?
he did upper first, yep, and this is
did.
his save split.
Wow. If he did this one first, he'll be ahead. That's
I
crazy.
I know. I mean, it's a 50-50.
That's actually insane.
It's which one you do first doesn't super matter. I think it's technically more efficient the way that Daigon went about it, but obviously,
Yeah.
Oh, he got
think so.
poisoned.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
this is gonna be a tough fight. It's gonna be a long one.
He's already. No, okay. I thought he had a lot of con.
No, it doesn't seem to be. The poison seems to be wearing off a little bit. It's hard to tell, honestly, sometimes.
I think he's back on.
Yeah, okay. Not too bad. Damn.
Nice race. That was great.
Yeah, the only way... ASD's gonna need to fall asleep at the wheel for him to not take this W, but... The fact that it was this close this whole time is crazy.
SD seems to have really low defense, but he has Crystal Rim, so
Yeah,
it's fine.
he also has Mist, Power of Mist. He has everything he needs to stay safe, so long as he doesn't just, like, throw away all of his MP right here, right now. I think he has a Strength Potion, too, somewhere. Or is he just not? Yeah, he's trying to... Oh, no, he's fumbling the menus. There it is. All right. Yep.
So good to use this. Well, he's already there.
Not quite life.
One GoPro screen and he was already from the Vlad Relic to the Fog.
Yeah, he was messing up the menus a little bit, but man. Oh, it's a close one.
So it's a good.
Yeah, the routing and those couple of drops early on kind of helped.
Yeah. He had early on, like luck early on, and he just like kept the lead up. And the decision to buy the Crystagram honestly was a very important decision early on.
Huge deal, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Dagon had to fiddle with his menu to like look for a decent weapon a couple of times.
Yeah, he was switching weapons like every 3 minutes, and every time you open the menu, that's like a decent amount of time lost. You know, it's like unless you're insanely efficient at menu. Using the menu, every time you open the menu, it's like 5 seconds, if not more.
No one is.
Yeah. And then, like, when you have to physically read and react to what your menus look like, it's very, very difficult to have fast menus in Randomizer. So, all right. Does he have? Did he ever buy those strength potions in the shop? He has an attack potion.
Oh no.
All right, an attack potion's fine too.
That's fine.
I think strength has the potential to do more damage over attack potions, but attack potions are just like a straight buff to your overall damage output, so they're both good. It's just that strength potions could push you over the strength threshold to wield weapons properly, which is like a major damage increase, depending. So there it is. 17. Almost a 17 flat. That's crazy good time. GG's to ASD.
Nice.
Solid.
There it is.
Great race. I really
Absolutely
like
insane race.
some of Dagon's decisions too.
Yeah.
I gotta stress it.
I think-
Checking the elevator, that like saved him so much time. Like I think it's more than I expected that saves.
Checking the elevator. Which one?
When he checked the elevator and then went immediately to the library.
Oh, yeah. That's a...
He was ahead by like 20 seconds and then Dagon was ahead for the next minute and a half.
Yeah, it's...
More than that, like 3-4 minutes.
It's a good strategy for sure. Don't get me wrong. It's a good strategy. The only downside is if you miss the item above the switch and it ends up being like a sellable. But at that point, they already had... Dagon already knew.
Low chance for that to happen.
It's a low chance, but it's happened
Let's go
before,
to
so...
the stream.
Yeah. Post-race interview? I'm down. We can get both of these people in the call. And
You
just...
can watch the replays.
Yeah, that's true. Wow, crazy race, though.
Really solid. Dagon stopped for a little bit. Red GG's, I think, but
Yeah. Finishing up the race,
really close still.
basically a minute apart. I think this should one cycle, but
Probably not.
there's a chance.
Probably gonna be a 2-cycle. Yes.
Oh,
Season 3 has destroyed my expectations for drag pro fights.
wow. I guess Drac just
Yeah.
has more HP than I give him credit for. That makes sense.
Vanilla items just are way better.
That's true. Yeah, whatever.
Be soon though.
I wouldn't even attempt to dodge that attack, to be honest. Yeah. You have enough defense, it would take more time than it's worth. There it is. Nice. 2 minutes
we go.
apart. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's Crystal Rim. Damn.
Made a big difference in the end, so. Yeah, both of them sub-hour seed. Early bat, but still, nonetheless, yeah. Gaigon, obviously, I wouldn't be too mad at that performance overall. Getting unlucky near the beginning, and then just a couple of decision mistakes overall. So, not bad at all.